Celeb Secrets is hanging out with Morgan Evans today. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing very well, thanks. Thanks for asking.
Oh, of course, of course. I am super excited to talk to you today because I can't believe it's been 2 years since you released new music.
I know, I feel like I've been musically cryogenically frozen and I'm just emerging from the machine now with Love Is Real and a bunch of new music that's going to come out in the next couple of months.
Oh my gosh, awesome. So maybe let's just dive right into Love Is Real. How did you know that this was going to be your first song that you wanted to put out?
I think just the way that it feels. To me, that's the most important thing about any song. More important than any lyric or melody is just the feeling that it gives you. And to me, this song is like the whole point of it is just to capture the feeling of a moment when everything is right in the world, and then to share that through music. And I think maybe even the day that I wrote it, I felt like, okay, yeah, this is the first step in the next chapter. And yeah, here we are, and it is.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Now maybe take us through that writing and recording process, because I know it's inspired by your relationship with your wife, Kelsey. So maybe talk to us a little bit about that.
I had the title for a long time, and so I just wanted to make sure that I wrote it in the right way. And I tried a couple of different ways of doing it, but it just never gave me that feeling. I keep talking about the feeling, but I feel like that's always what we're reaching for as writers. And we were at a writing camp in September last year, and it was the first time that we'd kind of gone and actually been in the room with other people to write again after everything that happened last year. And Kelsey and I were both invited to this writing camp, and so we're in this house, and they'd set up a studio at one end and another studio at the other end, and in the morning she'd write there, I'd write here. We'd all have lunch together, and then we'd swap for the afternoon. I brought the title up, and we just sort of started playing, and the whole chorus just kind of popped out, and we all just like, hey, that feels right. Let's not overthink that. Let's go. And through the whole process from there, and then recording it with Dan Huff, producing the whole, like every part was just kind of designed to enhance that. And I still get it when I listen to it and when I play it live. And yeah, hopefully other people get it when they hear it too.
What do you hope people take away from the song? It's all about that connection, love, things like that, but is there a special message that you really want people to take away from it?
Music is funny, because I didn't think about this when I was writing it at all, but I do feel like now, especially, it's very easy to get on the internet and see the world is falling apart and everyone hates each other and all that kind of thing. And when people listen to this song, hopefully it reminds them that, like, even when all this stuff's happening around you, there's these moments to be had. And it's important to feel them when they're there, and even look for them if you can. And I've noticed that. I've watched that at live shows. It's just this amazing feeling of togetherness, and just everyone's there for the same reason, and camaraderie, and the energy at those shows, I think, is another example of one of those moments that this song is trying to represent. So yeah, I don't know if that answered your question, but it feels like the right time to be singing that song, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too. I mean, with all this going on, this is the perfect escape and getaway for people to turn on. It's such a feel-good song too. I love the vibe that you put out with your music.
Thank you. The escape thing is a good word. We have a music video coming out soon. I'm about to watch the final cut of it actually after this interview. And the whole thing is the escape. And if I can help people escape for 2 minutes and 51 seconds or however long this song goes for, then I feel like that's the job done for this one.
Totally. Now, like we said, it's been 2 years since you released music. Loving the new music. It does stick to your special sound that people know and love you for. But how would you say you've changed as an artist from the first time that you released music till now? Because there's so much that happened within the last 2 years.
Yeah, it's a lot. I think the biggest change was probably at the end of 2019. We did a world tour for 3 months. We went all over the world, and we finished the tour in Australia. And I remember one of the last shows was in Sydney, and I remember sitting backstage in the dressing room by myself and thinking, hang on, the reason that I got into music was to play guitar in a band. And I spent 5 years playing with just me and a loop pedal, which was super fun, and the shows were super fun, but I was like, it's time to play guitar in a band again. And so we put a band together, and when I was making this new music, Love Is Real is the first song of that new project, I really wanted to capture the sound of a band. And I think that's been a really exciting thing to do. The first record we made piece by piece. My producer and I started playing all the parts, and this one was very much like a bunch of guys in a studio hitting drums and playing guitars loud, and that was the energy that I wanted to capture too. So yeah, hopefully people kind of hear and feel that on this record, and they're definitely going to hear and feel that on the road, because the band is sounding great, and I'm really excited to play with them.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're bringing the band out on the road for when you're going on the road with Brett Eldredge. So maybe talk to us a little bit about that. You got to be excited to get back on stage.
Yeah, totally. Especially with Brett too. I'm a big fan of his, just as a guy, but musically as well. And yeah, as I said, with the band, and we're ready to turn up.
Amazing. And I know you said you have a ton of new music coming out. I'm assuming that you're probably going to tease some of it on the live show, but what can people really expect from it? Is it going to be like an album? Anything that you could tease with the new music? Yeah,
we're going to put out the first half of the next album in the next couple of months. So it'll come out sort of in pieces. I'm not exactly sure on the dates yet. If I told you, I'd be lying. But yeah, I really can't wait for people to hear it. We've been playing a couple of songs here and there on the road. We're going to be playing sort of different ones each night on the Brett tour. As they come out, we'll play them more, obviously. But there's a song called Sing Along, Drink Along that we've been playing live that I think sort of captures that feeling of what we were talking about earlier. Just, it's been such a weird year and a half. It's been so divided, especially in this country. And it's like, hey, remember like country music shows? There's a common ground for everything, you know? And so often that's a song you can sing along to, a drink you can drink along to. And that's been really fun to sing and play live, and see people singing back to, you know, by the end of the song. And yeah, that one in particular, I'm really looking forward to that one coming out. But yeah, I mean, I could talk about it all day, but it's probably best just to listen to it when it comes out.
Yeah. And I was going to say, like, how's the feedback been? Because I did see you over at Windy City Smokeout back in the beginning of the summer, and everyone was going crazy for you. You did an amazing set.
Oh yeah, that was a cool gig. That was the first kind of humongous show back, you know. It was that was a special gig. I'm glad you were there to see that one. I saw all the photos that were taken that night, and my smile is like from here to here. It looks like it's painfully wide, but that kind of represents how I felt about that gig. But no, the reception has been great, and it's been fun. Sort of, we've been playing these new songs and not sort of announcing them or anything. Like, this is not saying this is a new song or anything, and it's been really fun to see people hearing a song for the first time, enjoying it the way they are, and then by the last chorus singing along. That's as a songwriter, that's an amazing feeling to have that connection in real time like that.
Yeah, and you know, we are Celeb Secrets. I need some secrets from making this new song, Morgan, that people wouldn't know when listening to it. I know we went into the creative process, but is there anything else that you could tell me?
Yeah, okay, so I told you we wrote it in that camp, right? And we were in opposite ends of the house. So Kelsey had written a song really quickly, and so she'd gone back to hang out in the room, our bedroom, because we were staying in this house too. And our bedroom was like right next to the studio we were working in. And I just sang the demo vocal on Love Is Real, and went into the bedroom to grab something, and she was like, I think you guys are onto something. That could be it right there. And so that was a good sign from the very start. Got the seal of approval from the wife, which is essential, really. And that was the start of that song, kind of sharing that song with the world. So good sign early, and yeah, I'll take it.
I love that. Now, my last question, do you guys write together a lot? And if so, would you ever be open to making music with each other? I feel like that'd be so cool.
It is cool. It's really cool. I mean, she is one of the most talented people I've ever met, and huge fan of her. And she's obviously the fandom goes both ways. We're also each other's like biggest critic as well, though. So when we bring a song home to each other, it's like, I think her thing is what she doesn't say she doesn't like it, but she just goes, oh, it's not my favorite, and I know never to play that song ever again. So we never written together, but last year we went down to Florida and stayed at a friend's place who's also a songwriter, and we wrote like 7 songs together in 2 days, and it was super fun. But honestly, I think I just enjoy being a fan. You know, sometimes it's nice just to be a fan and be a supporter, and yeah, I think it'll stay like that for a little bit, but I would never rule it out in the future.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say we have to manifest this Morgan Evans and Kelsea Ballerini duet, and when it does come out, we're gonna go back to this interview and say this is when we said it's gonna happen.
Started here, yeah.